Hey everyone, today we are going to take this already cute bird cage and we're going to spruce it up and make it pretty for a tabletop or for a bookcase or wherever you want to put it. And I'm going to show you how. My name is Debbie with Debbie's Wreaths and Things. I am a self-taught wreath maker here to share, inspire, and teach you how to make wreaths and other fun crafty things. So let's get started. This is some things you're going to need. This this bird cage came from Hobby Lobby. And right now, everything in their spring shop is 40% off, so make sure you go check it out. It's really, really cute. I only saw one left in my store, so I'm so glad I got that. And then I got this cute little bird that we're going to put in there. We're going to use some of these styrofoam, floral foam disc. I picked these up at Dollar Tree, 2 for $1, so that's a good deal. I've got some moss here. I seen at Hobby Lobby the tape moss, but I knew that I could just go to Dollar Tree and pick it up for $1, and I'm cheap. So I went and picked some of this up, and we're just going to glue it on and pray my fingers don't get burnt. Alright. And I picked out some pretty flowers like this. Last week was half off floral. So every other week they do floral and ribbons. So I picked me up some really pretty florals at Hobby Lobby. They have some pretty stuff. So I've got those, and I picked up these because I want to add pink to this. I think it would be pretty. Not much. We're not going to do a lot of flowers, but I always get more than what I know I'm going to use because I tend to change my mind a lot. So I just got a few of these. I already cut these off the bush just in case I want to use them. And then I had some of these that I picked up locally a while back. So might use some of those and just some little leaves. So, also got some ribbon. I picked this up at a local floral shop, but you can find it at Hobby Lobby. That I've heard that it's there, but it matches my little bird that I found at Hobby Lobby. He's a little darker gray, but I think it'll blend in well. So, and then I'm going to use some Dollar Tree ribbon. If you get this burlap ribbon, it's very pretty, and you can't tell it come from the Dollar Tree. So now I wouldn't recommend, especially if you're selling, maybe purchasing a bunch of Dollar Tree ribbon because it's not the best quality. But for this right here, it's fine. It's pretty. So I do use that. Alright, let's get started. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut my price tag off. Little bird. Thought he was so cute. He's actually like a little, I don't know if you can see a little clip. Guess you could stick a picture in there if you wanted to. Or something. I don't know. I thought it was cute. Alright, I'm only going to use one of these. So I'll have another for another project. I'm sure I'll use it for something. But this fits perfectly, and this is the smaller bird cage. It's not the big one. And these little discs fit perfectly in there. So the first thing, and I love that it's styrofoam, which means this, when I poke it in here, it should stay in there pretty well. So the first thing that I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and start gluing. Just dabbing some glue on here and letting it cool because I have a very, very warm glue gun and I don't want it to burn me, and I don't have anything to protect my hands, so I'm going to let it cool a minute. Now this is going to get messy. I'm probably going to wish that I would have gotten that tape stuff now. That's okay. This tape it fine. I'm going to stick it fine. I'm just going to sprinkle this on here. All I'm trying to do is just cover up that white. Crafts aren't fun unless you're making a mess, right? Right. Okay, so now I'm going to have to add some around the sides here. White. Okay. I'm going to have to clean this up, but first, I hope this little thing goes in here. Let's see, it's about middle, all right. I'm going to dab a little glue before I poke this through here. Get it in here. And let's just dab some glue around that. And just put some of this around it. Stick some of this loose stuff around it. Cover that. Cover that up. I hope everybody is getting ready for Mother's Day. It's getting close. Make your mom something pretty. If you can find something like this at Hobby Lobby, it would be great for Mom. I have something else in mind for my mama, and I can't make it on video because she'll watch it and then she'll know what I'm making her. So I can't video it. I can't even take a picture of it. Her or my mother-in-law. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this birdcage, and before I clean this up, see, it just kind of pops open. So cute. Let's not do it. Top heavy. It's very top heavy. Okay. Well, that's not going to work. We got to close it. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to dab some glue on here, just so it'll stay at the bottom. Actually, looks like I'm going to dab a whole stick of glue on here. But just so it will stay in place. Pop it down here. See how? Hopefully none of my stuff comes off. Put a little pressure. As you can tell, some of it come off, and that's okay. We'll go in there and stick it back in there. Okay, like where these little white spots have come off, I'm going to dab a little bit of glue and just stick some more moss on there. Okay. Let's turn it around and look. Alright, so now I have to clean up my mess because I can't stand all this stuff. Just can't stand it. So you have to kind of decide. Let's see, I think I want to turn, oh, I've already got them glued in there. I should have done that. So make sure you decide where you want your, I'm going to bring this up here because I really wanted my bird to go this way where it's looking at here at the front. So take note from my mistake here. At least it can be fixed. Let's glue this back on here. Because I want this to face where my lock is. That makes sense. Hope it does. Let's hold this down. Okay, it's in there now. Alright, that's the way I want that. I want it where my bird, I want the lock to show. You don't have to. You could have had it the other way. But I like that. Alright, so now what we're going to do, I'm going to clean up my mess. A minute. Okay. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to make a bow. So I want to use different ribbons, and I'm going to attach it to this. Okay. I'm not going to need the 30-inch cuts for this. So what I think I'm going to do, let me scoot up my little glue gun here, is I think I'm going to do it at maybe 26. And then just get rid of what I don't, just cut away what I don't use. Because I don't want my bows, you know what? It's best to go on at 30. Because you can trim up what you don't use. I know it seems wasteful sometimes, but I kind of want my bow in a few spots to be long. So I'm going to go ahead and do 30. And then if I don't like it, I can cut it later. It's better to have more than not enough. Okay? And it always works, y'all, if you use your rotary cutter to take the lock off. I always do that. How crazy is that? Alright. So, let's see. I don't want a bunch of ribbon with this. I think what I'm going to do is maybe do 5 loops. I think I like that. Let's see. Perfect. That one didn't even need to be measured. And let's do, I'm going to do 3 of this one. Because I'm going to have a lot of pink floral in it. So I want to have more of this. So it is nasty weather here in Mississippi. We got up this morning and had tornado sirens going off everywhere. That's crazy. And then we went and looked later, and trees knocked down everywhere, limbs everywhere. It's very, very rough weather. Okay, so now I've got my 3 gray. I have folded it. And I go ahead and do this many at a time. If you have strong hands and a good pair of scissors, you can do that. And we're dovetailing. That's what it's called. So match this end. bend or fold, cut up, so you make a triangle. That's your dovetail. Let's do the same thing with these pink. Alright, we've got our dovetails. Now we're going to go ahead and make our bow, because I'm going to add the floral in with the bow. The bow is going to kind of help keep the floral in place. Now typically I don't like to glue florals, but that's more to wreaths than it is to this. This will be inside, so it'll be fine to do some gluing, and the flowers are kind of small. Alright, so I'm going to pick a spot that I want to start. I'm not doing the 12-inch today because I don't want my bow to be real big. I don't want it to overpower my bird cage here. So let's bring the bird cage over so you can see what I'm talking about. Let's try a 10-inch loop and see if that's big enough. That's how I do things. I measure and I just eye it to see if that looks good. And to me, 10 inches is going to be the way to go. So I measured pitch to pitch. Let me show you that again. I decided I wanted to pinch about right here. Then I measured 10 inches and pinched and gathered. Okay? Let's move you out of the way so everybody can see. So then I gathered. Right? Now you can continue to measure, and if you're a newbie, you may want to do that. But for me, I'm going to use this other one as a guide. And I like to eye things. And this ribbon right here is very, very thick. So I'm already having to move it over in between my fingers because it's thick. You can twist that around. You see how I just did that? I twisted it. If you want to go ahead and have everything, your prints facing the front. But if you forget to do that, it's okay. You'll be able to do it later. Alright. Alright, let's make sure that this is enough, because I can always go back and add more if I want it. And you know what? I think I do. I think I'm gonna add, so I'm gonna hold these. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna add 2 more. And I think I'm gonna do the pink maybe. So I'm gonna just keep these pinched right here. Now, instead of trying to do those rotary cutters, just going to take some scissors here. See, you are seeing raw footage here. This is not, and I'm going to dovetail it after I get it pinched in here. So, I'm going to put this one right here. All right, let's see. So I decided to go with 7 instead of 5 loops. And I went ahead and I added more pink because I didn't want this to take away from my little bird. And then I'll dovetail in a minute. Okay, because I'm probably going to cut a lot of these streamers off anyway. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead. I didn't show y'all this. Sorry, getting in a hurry. Sorry. Okay, so I'm going to take a piece of pipe cleaner here. Let's see, I've got to look at my screen so I can see what I'm showing you. I'm going to start bringing it around the neck of these loops, still holding it in place. Bring it around to the back, pull, and start twisting the bow. And that gives it a good, secure, tight fit back there. Okay, see? Now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start bringing some of these tails up. I'm not worried about size because I can already tell that I'm going to cut a lot of these tails off. So, I'm not going to worry about the size so much. Okay, so now that I've done that, I've separated my tails here. I'm going to bring this pipe cleaner back around, and I'm going to just give it a little secure fit there. So this is where I just go ahead and lay my bow flat, so I can kind of start poofing this up. I like to go ahead and do that. And then I can mess with, see, like that was, I didn't flip that, so I'm able to flip it now, and it's holding fine. And I'm able to just kind of take my tails and make sure I don't have, like here I had too many of the gray patterns, so I needed to throw some pink in there to mix it up some. And then here I've got too much pink, so got to throw in some gray there. Alright, so that's done. And then I've got this on the bottom, so I'm going to be able to hook this to here. But I'm thinking I don't know, because this is definitely something that can be changed out. So now that I have that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tie this onto my little thing here with a handle, tight as I can. And that, I think I'm going to need to probably do, I'm not liking that handle. Let's not put it on the handle because it wants to loop too much. I'm thinking I may take a zip tie. I don't know yet. We'll see. See? Raw footage. Let's see. How do I want to do this? Okay, let's see. I think I'm going to lift this up. And I'm going to add, yeah, I'm going to, because I want this secure on here. I don't want to do a bunch of moving. So I've just taken and I've added it into these little holes here in the top. And now I'm going to bring it on the back side. If I can get my fingers in here. Because you want everything tight. I'm going to twist it. I'm making this look more difficult than probably what it is. Okay, so now I'm just going to start twisting. How to get my fingers on there good. The more you twist, the tighter it'll get. So, that's not moving. That's better. Yep. Okay, so that's not going to move as much. And I might dab a piece of glue on there. Alright, so I don't want my pipe cleaner to show on the bottom. I'm going to kind of... Okay, these tails are entirely too long. But that's okay. Like I said before, I'd rather my tails be too long than not enough. So let's do some cutting and trimming. Okay. If you've ever watched a video on a lantern swag, that is basically all this is. I'm hiding behind a birdcage here. That's basically all this is. It's just a lantern swag. So around this front, I want to have it. It's just a lantern swag that let's put on a birdcage instead of a lantern. Huh. Alright, so I think what I want to do is I want to make my little tails, my long tails, to come off the side over here. And so I need to dovetail these others that I added in. Shorten these. You want them different lengths. That's the beauty of this bow, is you can do it different. You want it to be different lengths. You don't want it all the same. You want it different. Different. Alright, so that's where my bird is. I'm going to take I want my big longer ribbons here. I'm going to scrunch them a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to cut these a little shorter on this side here. Alright, so let's see what we've got now. It's looking cute, huh? Starting to form. Okay. Alright, so let's see. Now I'm going to start adding some little floral in here. I'm just looking right now. We're going to actually make this kind of into a pick. But I want to see how I would like for this to go. So, like I said, you're seeing raw footage here because I don't usually let people in on the floral side of it. I'm going to kind of make it heavy on this end because I kind of want my, it's just the way I want it. I want it to flow heavier on this end and then to come up lighter on this end. That's the look I want it to be heavier coming down. I hope that makes sense. I hope. Let's see. Yes. Okay. Do you think I'm going to add a smaller one of these little leaves? And I love these little pink things right here. So I'm going to add one of these. I like this. I just tear my bushes apart and just do the best I can with it. Yeah. So I'm going to put this in a wreath later. Okay, so now I'm just measuring out how I want my floral to be. I think that might be enough right there. I'm thinking this is going to be plenty right here for this. See? I'm going to make my own pick, kind of. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of wire and just kind of loop it right here, just to kind of hold it together. I'm going to trim off. Get some floral tape just to make it neat looking. We're just going to round this off here. Just to give it a neat look. See how much better that looks? Okay. Alright, so I know that I'm going to want to put this in here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to poke it through there, and I'm probably going to take a piece of wire. And you know what? Got all this taped together, but I didn't take this together for some reason. So we got to redo that. This missed the wire. Okay, that's okay. We can redo that. That is okay. Fine. Fine, fine. Oh, that's so pretty. Look. Can you see? Alright, so I'm going to wire this. And again, I'm going to take some floral tape and just make it neat. Hopefully this video won't be boring for you, but it's all live, it's raw, so it's something that I'm doing for the first time, so it's not like it's something that I just, and let's make another one that's going to go on this side, but I don't want it as much floral. if that makes sense. I want to keep it, I don't want it as long. I don't want the length. I want it shorter. So, okay. So I think that's all I'm going to use on this. It's just this little flower. Alright, so let's wire this. So it's not so yucky looking. And I think what I'm going to do is I want this to go up more. Like I said, we want this to go down. We want to give it that. So this is where I'm going to have to play. Alright, so for this, I'm going to add a zip tie so that it's nice and secure. My hands are sticky from that tape. I think I'm going to do 2 because I want to make sure it's secure on there. What I have. So it's just got a little cute little floral arrangement. And so now I'm going to have to secure this, and I'm probably going to do it with a zip tie. I'm going to take this and bring it up so I can use it. I'm going to zip tie this to my bird cage. I think I'm going to get a clear zip tie for this one. I want it kind of long. Okay, so I've got it in between these bars here. I've kind of got my flowers where I want it. I'm going to go ahead and lift my cage, and I'm going to zip tie my floral right in here. Hold on a minute. That didn't do right. Okay, just like that. Okay, so I'm going to zip tie my little floral right in here. Tight, tight, tight. Make that sucker tight. Alright, so I'm going to cut this out. And you could probably zip tie your bow in here too, but I may change mine out throughout, you know, the seasons. So I don't know, but you can always remove it. Okay, so now this is where the fun part comes in. I've got it. I'm going to, let's see, this is my longer part here. And this is my shorter part. So I got to twist my bow back around. It got twisted when I did that. Okay. Now I don't want all this in the front here. I'm going to keep it kind of short. And so there's my bow. I'm going to bring some of this, I'm going to bring some of my tails around under, and bring some of my floral out and just shift it around. Alright, so we've done that. Now this is where you can come in and you can add some more floral in certain spots. Perfect, that's already cut. So you can tell there is no method to my madness. It's just looking. I'm just trying to decide what I like. Okay, this is so pretty. So there, I think I'm done. Look how pretty this is. Oh, I just love it. I'm going to do a picture and I'll add it at the end here, at the end of the video. But this is it. Isn't it beautiful? I think I like it just like this. So that is how you do, just spruce up a little bird cage full of pretty spring floral. In the back, you know, that is kind of dead, so I may add a little bit more to that just because I want it full back there as well. That ought to do it. Let's see. See? Oh, yep, that did it. That filled it in. Alright, that is it. That is it, y'all. We are finished. We are finished. We are finished. So what we did, let's move all this out of the way here. What we did is we just took this normal bird cage and we spruced it up and gave it a spring feel to it, and added a bow, put a pretty bow in here, and then added some floral, made this stick out a little bit, and it's got some longer pieces, and then this was a little bit shorter on this end because I wanted it to flow. So that's how we did that, and then it's shorter on this end. And we put the little bird, and I may later go get another one to put in there, but for now I kind of like him. Right, okay, so I noticed that I just didn't like that my bird didn't sit real low when you were looking at him. So I cut that round piece off. Now this was found at Hobby Lobby. Like I said, it was just a clip. So I took my little wire cutters here and I snipped that off, that round piece off. And now I can just poke him. I think I'm going to add a dab of glue just to make sure it's in there good. Okay. And now I can just stick it in here. And let's see. And so now he can be seen. I like that. Okay, so that's all I wanted to do. I just wanted to update and show you that I took my little bird off of that round piece and just lowered him down. Ideas, ideas, ideas. All right, y'all. I am signing out. Debbie with Debbie's Racing Things. Y'all have a great Mother's Day coming up. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Give me a thumbs up if you did. Make sure you subscribe to my page, and I'll be seeing y'all. Bye.